Welcome back to the Splittia stream, where we watch Evolve Sapphire play every single week. Seriously, this is the third time we've seen them on this stream for the Premier Championship Series. It's nice to see you all. My name is SportyFC. I am caster, commentator, whatever you want to call me. That caster guy, you can call me that too, I don't really mind. How's everybody doing? Hopefully your night has been going well here. Mine has, and well, it's going to get a little bit better as we have a single series that it's going to be a lot of fun. A single best of 5 that I think will be a lot closer than you guys may expect. It will be Evolve Sapphire versus Ultimate Rocket League, I believe is their name. Ultimate Rocket League. Diablo Resurrected. This camera is not on the right place. Let me angle it upward a little bit. There we go. A series of 2 teams. We've seen you evolve Sapphire. I don't think I need to introduce them in any way, shape, or form. But you're El Diablo Resurrected. This is a full roster. Ready for the action. And it is going to be a little bit scary for them. Again, going up against Evolve Sapphire, who have not lost a single game yet. If you want to take a series against them, it would be a lot of work. But again, they have this roster ready for it. In this next upcoming best of 5 series, Evolve Sapphire did hear from sources that Squashy will not be playing tonight, so it'll be Gerald, Rando, and Spooky playing. Which is, interesting lineup, getting your sub involved. Of course, they didn't plan it, but they're gonna work with it. So it's an unfortunate situation for them. But they will be playing with their sub. Still a scary team anyways, as they look pretty good this season. They look like one of the front runners for winning this split in the Champions Cup. As again, they've just taken down so many top contenders. They had to play HDK recently, and they beat them 3-0. Reminder though, there's still a team that's actually technically ranked above them. Evolve Amethyst, who just beat H2K earlier this week. They want to keep up to them. They want to surpass them. A win here will do that. Sapphire and Amethyst, they want to play against each other. I know they do. It's gonna be a fun it will be a fun series once that happens, because both these teams are again the front runners. Evolve Esports having a really good time in this. Not the only Evolve teams that are doing well. On the other sides of the bracket, Evolve Obsidian is 3-0. They haven't lost yet. They're 9-1 in their group, which includes Latin 7, who are another top contender, and Omega Academy, who I've seen personally and I think are really, really strong. You have a lot of scary, scary teams playing tonight, as these teams are ready to start playing. I think we'll give them that 5 minute now, as they'll be playing here. Shadow has lost everything. Yeah, and unfortunately for you guys are 0-2. Now 0-3, unfortunately, there for Shadow Phoenix. I do hope for success for you there, Fluffy, and your team. You guys are talented. Don't forget about that. You guys are talented. As we're gonna be waiting for both these teams to join on in, and then we'll get the series underway. But you have some time to wait around to talk, to relax. This camera actually is too high up now. There you go. That's a little better. I'm actually in the middle of the screen now. How do I look? This is good. This is a good camera angle, I think. Hopefully everybody having a good night. Again, that prediction poll is up. Go vote for who you think will win. So again, vote for what team you think will come out victorious. Don't be afraid. This series again, without Squashy, Evolve Sapphire are going to be in a bit of an interesting situation. Squashy, I do know he could become available for them, but he is currently not available. That things could be a little difficult. If he does come in middle of the season, he could play. As, again, Evolve Sapphire, an interesting situation for them. They were planning to play Squashy. Again, he could still become available, but right now he is not. Due to some traffic issues. I've heard that from Squashy himself. He is having some traffic issues, so this is gonna make some interesting things because we're gonna be playing with Spooky, as their substitute. So that will be interesting. If Squashy does make it mid-series, I assume that he will be subbing back in for Spooky. For your Diablo Resurrected, you gotta take these early games then. You gotta take these immediate games if you want to put the pressure on Evolve Sapphire. If you can take these games quickly on them before Squashy even has a chance to come back, and the work for Squashy will be extremely high, maybe even too much for him. As, we're seeing a lot of voting in here. I like the voting from all of you guys. Thank you so much. I know Evolve always comes in heavy with the voting. URL is also coming with the voting as well. Some of their fans are in here getting some votes in. Always appreciate that. As we are currently, again, waiting for everybody. I do see Gerald, Rando, and Spooky are all in, so they're not going to do anything. They're gonna wait here for URL to join in. URL's got a couple minutes left. But their Captain Shadow leading them down the way. As there he is. There's the team. Shadow, Undead, and Shrink with Coach Corndog. We'll see if that will change anything here. Again, having a coach important, but Evolve Sapphire actually don't have one. Which is a unique thing for teams of their caliber. Most teams like theirs have coaches. They do not. They do not think they need one. That I say, that's impressive. That's incredible that they're going to play without one, but we'll see what they do here. And we're going to get some last-second confirmations. Looks like everybody's in. Yeah, I think we'll be going in-game here soon enough. As, I do know an ad's playing, so I'll be waiting for you guys, don't worry. I do know an ad's playing, that's why I'm waiting here. But, down with Amex? I heard from Gerald that Amex left. I could be wrong. But I heard that Amex has left. So that's why he is not listed here. Although he is still listed for PCS, so he could technically still play for them. But I have heard that he has left the team. So that's what I've heard from Gerald. I cannot confirm that or deny that. It's not me who knows that, but I would assume Gerald isn't lying. But, well, again, that's what I've heard. I don't know. He could still be on the team. But we'll go in series anyways. That ad break is now gone. Nice that it's gone here. Thank you so much, ad breaks. Coming at the worst times. Let's just get ourselves in game, right? Best of 5 series, Evolve Sapphire, currently looking unbeatable, but with a sub. Do they change? We'll see about that. I forgot to turn on my controller. I had to do that for a quick second. We'll start a little bit early. No, we're not even early. We're actually on time. Perfectly on time. That's nice. Both teams ready. It's Gerald, Rando, and Spooky to come in as a sub. On the other side, it's the Real the Shadow, Undead, and JB the Shrink. Spooky coming in, playing for Evolve Sapphire. I don't know much about their sub lineup. Obviously, it used to include Amex, but that has since changed. As Evolve Sapphire looking to continue their run as Gerald gets the first goal. That one caught me completely by surprise. He went for a bump and he immediately turned back around and no one was covering him. He just kind of slides that one right past Shrink. An early start, and guess what? Spooky was the one to assist that one. Already getting himself involved in the series here for Evolve Sapphire. Again, without Squashy, who many consider one of the most mechanical players in the Champions Cup. It's going to be a little more difficult here for Evolve Sapphire, in theory. But Spooky fitting in quite well upfield. Spooky couldn't put the shot on. Is there a follow-up coming up from Gerald? Couldn't stuff it through. Spooky ready to turn around and challenge again. That one dunked away. Gerald. Gets through Shadow. Now, Can't find the shot. JB the Shrink. To Undead. Bouncing off the corner. Shadow in with the shot. Saved by Spooky. Shrink. Trying to recollect that one, but Rando to Gerald will get the ball away, and now Shrink trying to answer back, but it's Rando upfield. Hits the corner. Undead can't read this. No, he will. Just barely. 50-50. Favoring Sapphire. Rando looking towards net. Trying to go behind JB the Shrink there. Trying to catch see if he was going to get his brakes on point, but he couldn't. That Spooky. He'll put in the second one. Spooky from the corner. Puts it off the back wall. Shadow couldn't read it. And Undead left with one boost on the line. That's not enough to make that save there. $50-50 up. Rando takes it to the ceiling. Gerald can't beat Shrink. Shrink now has a dribble. Spooky's last one back. Gerald couldn't get the flick, but it still works out for Shadow. And in this play, Evolve Sapphire, a bit fractured. Gerald, way too aggressive. There's the second man. He's left so much space that Spooky has to cover. And ultimately, whatever Shrink did, it was going to work out in some way or another. Evolve Sapphire. You see a bit of a rotational issue here, and that might have something to do with the fact that Spooky doesn't seem to play with this roster often. Now, again, being a sub, his familiarity with this roster, not the same as any of the starters, obviously. He does find a clear head. Rando gonna demo out one. Going in front. Undead can't control that one. In front from Spooky, but it's too heavy. Shrink. No boost. Off the corner. Gerald infield. Now he hits it away. Corner is live. Shrink will take it. 50-50 with Rando. Gerald. Not really challenged there as third man, but now he will. Rando couldn't put it on. JB the Shrink can't reach it. Now this one. Shrink. Early there, he panics for that touch. And now Gerald to the back corner. Saved by Shadow. Spooky. Up for Rando, who will tap it straight down. Spooky won't be able to beat Shrink. But Gerald, light touch. And Shadow, not on. Rando gets credit with a save. He can't clear it. Shrink doesn't have any boost right now for your Diablo Resurrected. They need to be a little more cautious of it, a little more conscious, because Evolve Sapphire is taking all of it right now. But that boost control means that they're stuck in their own corner. Shrink, having used whatever boost he has left, will go into the blue half. Rando with a solo play. Through it, Undead, saved by Shadow. An interesting dunk play there from Sapphire now. Going back, Gerald dunked by Shrink. Spooky. Extra touch here. He's using a lot of boost to get that one touch over Undead, but he bumps out Shadow in the process. Offense for Sapphire. Rando with the demo infield. Gerald doesn't turn on that. He needed to turn on that. That was a play they could have scored on. And now up the other way. Spooky credit with that save. As again, Sapphire allowing a lot of space here between that first, second, and third man. And once your Diablo kind of notices that, it's going to be something that they're going to start to exploit. Undead. Can't even win the boost battle there. Sapphire back the other way. Spooky. Shadow. Gerald trying to put it off the back wall, but again, it's too easily read here. Shadow towards the corner. Gerald. Slight touch. 50-50 with Undead. It'll bounce its way down. Gerald cannot beat out one, but Spooky. He'll flick it in towards the offensive half. Sapphire. Leave the ball here for Shrink. He'll find a way to go in through. Trying to get through the defense. Gets past all three, but no shot coming from Diablo. Shadow. That one's gone too far away. Rando will clear. Sapphire. Feels like they have control of this game, but they're only leading by one. Diablo Resurrected. You have ways to come back. All it takes for Evolve Sapphire is one mistake, and this game will go against them. Rando. Cannot dribble. Spooky will clear it into the half. Can get the second touch. Undead still has time, but he's challenged by Spooky. Still a lot of space here for Undead to do whatever he wants. That 50-50 goes away from the nets. As Spooky finds a clear. Now he's got some time to dribble. Flicks past the last defender. All Sapphire needed to do is just waste a little more time. And and they do. Game 1 is theirs, but it was not a confident win. They really had to work for that one, especially on defense at the end of that game. They just could not get themselves pushed on offense anymore. They do enough to move on to game 2. I'm sure if I'm Sapphire, I'd be talking about the offense right now. It just died out at the end. It's now game 2. Evolve Sapphire looking to immediately go back into offense mode. Only winning by a single goal. Again, you can see that confidence, that team play just isn't the same as usual, but with a sub, they've maybe exceeded some of your expectations. Your Diablo Resurrected is a 1-1 team currently. They've had their ins and outs. They've played many matches against Evolve Sapphire. Things aren't going to look easy, but they can definitely take games here. Rando. Can't find the clear. Double challenge there from Evolve Sapphire. Will. Shadow misses this. It's going to go off the back wall. And no one's challenging. He's taking his time. Spooky. A lot of boost just to hit it to that left side wall for Rando. Infield. But again, look at how far back Gerald is. Team just doesn't have that same level of rotations. Feels like the amount of control on the ball is a lot less for this team. They're a lot more willing to kind of throw the ball upfield, get a shot. This one infield. Rando couldn't get the goal. Gerald has to sit back here and let Shrink move up. But Shrink mishandles it. Oh, but so does Gerald. He couldn't get to that one in time. Spooky. Your way, but that is open. That will be an easy goal for Shadow. And again, awkward here for Evolve Sapphire. They just don't seem to be on the same page as each other. And unless they start to work a little bit better, start to hold more possession, this is going to be a tough game for them. Diablo Resurrected looked better and better as last game went on. Spooky and Rando in the same place. Rando doesn't get a very strong touch. Spooky, second one committed, and again it's Gerald left back all alone. Shadow couldn't put it on. Rando will get this clear. He has no boost. He still gets the 50-50. Spooky. Through Shrink. Gerald. Can't put it on target. Shadow has to backflip to get that one away. Now Spooky. Trying to find it to drop its way down in front, but again, offense for Evolve not on that level. Only situation where I just see them, instead of controlling the ball, trying to hit the ball as hard as possible. Go Diablo. Back the other way. And now Evolve Sapphire return to sender. Undead. Keeps it in his team's half, but he is able to keep the ball away from the nets. Spooky, though, can put one on. Undead with the save. Rando. Back on, in front for Gerald. That one. Oh, it's still in front. Gerald with the follow-up. And Evolve Sapphire tie things here in the middle of game 2. And what will be the last match ever with the Aquadome on this stream for the time being. Evolve Sapphire tie it up. And yes, that is right. This will be the last match on the stream using the Aquadome for a while. We will be changing, as the LCS map rotation has, to Forbidden Temple starting tomorrow. There's Gerald out in front. He'll get a goal here. Threads the needle here for Evolve Sapphire. Gerald scores again. He gets that one, and Undead, he misses this one, and Gerald, I mean, look at that angle. There is not much there for him to shoot at. And he still finds a clean shot. 2-goal swing. Girl Diablo have to find an answer. Shadow. Double touch, but Undead, he was waiting to just have one touch there and hit it on target, but instead, Shadow didn't give him the opportunity. Now Evolve Sapphire back on offense. Spooky, bopped away by Undead. Rando. Gonna put that one relatively near the midfield for Gerald. He'll miss. Shrink on nothing. Spooky gets the clear. Shadow awkward here, and he's gonna be challenged by Spooky. Be a bit cautious there, because Spooky was waiting for him. Shadow with the flip reset. Rando above one. Can't beat Shrink. Gerald with control. He'll be bumped by Shadow. Spooky couldn't find a pass infield. Maybe the Shrink. Again, no boost here coming out of defense for this URL team. They're having difficulties winning the boost game now that Evolve Sapphire have more control. Undead. Oh, he's really in an awkward situation. That allows Spooky infield. Undead with a clear, but Rando waits for him, gets dunked, but again, it wastes enough time here. URL Diablo do push to offense. Shadow on target. Rando backflips. He's not in the right position, and JB the Shrink ties things up. Spooky didn't get the clear towards Gerald, and Rando, he was waiting on it. He was counting on it to push upfield. And that little bit of overconfidence there. Evolve Sapphire can't return back to defense. But a kickoff win. To Rando, not on target. Gerald couldn't find the follow-up. And again, Evolve Sapphire, that offense dissipates. No one there to challenge. Double commit here. Gerald can't beat Undead. Rando, only in field to find a demo. Shot off the crossbar. Follow-up not on. Rando can't find the clear. Shrink. Gonna throw it off the back wall, but saved away by Sapphire. Gerald. Nothing on it. Spooky. Uses none of his boost to jump for that. And he's a little fortunate there that that didn't result in a goal against him. In fact, it resulted in a goal for Rando, but Shadow stops him on the line. Gerald infield. Spooky. Rando looked a bit casual going for that one. He should have been a little bit faster at getting that shot. Evolve Sapphire had a real opportunity there. Spooky though, infield. Gerald can't read this. Spooky, not able to find the clear as Undead mistouches this one. Shrink upfield. Spooky, puts it to that wall. Shadow with boost. But Evolve Sapphire continue to just put the ball into the midfield. Here's a shot. That one's wide. Diablo Resurrected. Do they get another chance, or do Evolve Sapphire look for one more? They got a dunk to end that game. We'll be going to overtime here. Evolve Sapphire. Once again, it seems like they're holding on. Well, Diablo Resurrected have, I think, less chances. Yeah, noticeably less chances. They've been so much better at actually using them. Those chances have been so much more meaningful. For Evolve Sapphire, these weird they do have some interesting mistakes on defense, especially rotationally. They do struggle. 50-50s haven't been favoring them. He's now infield for Undead. Rando will beat him. And he also beats Shadow here. Multiple players on Diablo Resurrected having to move back, but Spooky gives the ball away. Only realizes his mistake when it's a little too late to recover it. But still, Sapphire, out of the work from Spooky, get the ball back, but it's dunked away by Shadow. Spooky having to face off against Undead. He thought he was going to 50 Shadow, but Undead was the real threat. Gerald. 50 is neutral. Rando. Back wall cleared away. Evolve Sapphire. Sitting pretty far back here. Not willing to take any risks, but that does mean that their offense will have to pay the price. All they need is one good chance they can take this game and they can go up 2-0 in the series. As 50-50 Spooky towards net. Undead missed it, but it does hit the post. Almost a costly error there from Undead, who has been playing so consistently, especially with the 50-50s. He's done so well, so even if he loses them, it's not really a full-on loss. It's still enough that Diablo can recover. But this one, double tapped infield, cleared away by Shrink. Here comes Gerald to put the dagger. He puts it in the middle of the net. Evolve Sapphire waited for the chance, and it came from this double tap. Shrink didn't have a lot of power on that one, and it means that Gerald can walk on in and get that shot. Evolve Sapphire now lead 2 in the series. Reminder, they still have their sub playing for them. It took them overtime, but they do get a win. But still, this series is not guaranteed for them. If this game taught us anything, the offense of theirs has had its issues, especially since they sit back a lot further in this series than in the previous ones. They are only 1 game away. All you need is that one more game, and this series will be theirs. Again, Squashy still haven't heard Still haven't heard if he's going to be playing, but obviously he won't be for this game. And I see you in the chat there, Squashy. Saying that they don't need you. They may not, actually. They may actually win the series just in 3 games straight. Game 3. Evolve Sapphire. Almost lose a goal there. Shrink now on. That one saved by Spooky. Rando needs to be careful. He's removed from the field. Spooky gets the clear, though. And now he gets a demo. Backfield looking open. But it will go to the back wall, and Shadow looking to get that one away. Rando not on target. Gerald has to wait back. And for being the guy to score the goal that won them game 2, Gerald sits incredibly defensively here for them. As again, not a lot of challenging in the midfield here. Evolve Sapphire would rather just try to transition quickly into offense. Gerald misses this. Rando with the 50-50. It will go backwards. And an open net here towards it. Spooky gets back in time. The shot was weak. It was uninspirational. That one's powerful from Spooky. Saved by Undead, but it does force 2 to commit. Rando on. Cleared away, but another double commit. This is going to take away a lot of the boost here from URL. A demo and an open net for Gerald. The double commits caused chaos. And in the chaos, you'll be sure to find a demo here as Spooky takes out the last offender. Gerald with an open net to shoot on. And Evolve Sapphire lead in game 3. The sub lineup of Spooky has been working so incredibly well for them. That demo was necessary to even to score that. Gerald double taps it. Infield play, but Shadow will get the clear towards Undead. Gerald again, but he'll let Rando go for this. The preset. He's actually close, like putting that one in, as no one challenged him there from URL Diablo. Spooky. Beaten by Undead, but he still gets enough on it that a Sapphire team and I feel too pressured. And that transition from URL Diablo slowed down tremendously. Spooky was the back wall. Cleared back by Shadow. Shrink is waiting in the midfield, but he'll miss his shot. Undead can't get this one either. URL Diablo not having good times in the midfield, and now another demo. That's in front, saved away. Rando, back wall, and a miss here from Undead. Shadow. The real Shadow now. Gonna put it in field. Spooky gets the pinch, and now he can go for another shot. That one will get past Undead! Oh, that'll be a free goal for Sapphire! Undead, unbeknownst to me, did not like where he was right now. He was completely backwards to the play. He jumped and he flipped away from the ball. And it's a goal here for Spooky. As a sub, you don't get many opportunities to play. For Spooky, he's really using it. And he's giving a reason why he is on this team that is... It could be going 9-0 if they win this game. Gerald. 50-50 with Shrink. It's the side wall, Shrink. To take his time here and get a dribble. He really didn't have any other choice. He had no boost. Rando. Infield to Spooky. Undead gets a touch on that one. It will bounce out favorably to him, but he gets dunked. Rando can't beat Shrink. And he'll go downfield. Undead is waiting. Spooky needs to make this touch, and will. All they need to do here for Evolve Sapphire is play consistent. Oh, okay. All they need to do. And yet URL Diablo finds an answer back. A miss here. And that, from Gerald, and that will create the issue that Rando could not rectify. And you know what? Maybe I am going to become URL Diablo Resurrected's biggest fan. I just need to keep cursing Sapphire. Get away by Shrink. Here, you know what? Just to help URL Diablo out a little bit, let's a tie game. Evolve Sapphire are going to win this. They're going to win this so badly. They're going to keep control of everything. They're going to get another goal. They're going to be the best team here this series. There you go. We'll see if that helps URL Diablo. As Gerald down the field looking for the double tap. Drop down in front. No one there. And now Shrink beats past it. Now the midfield towards the corner. 50-50 Rando to the back wall. He'll find the clear. Gerald. Infield to Rando. Team pinch to the back wall. Undead misread. Here comes Spooky. He can't put that on. Gerald. Back post. Saved by Shrink. Rando. He'll keep the offense going for Sapphire. The offense still breathing strong. And so far, they have not been able to take boost control. That's why this has not been Evolved Sapphire's strongest hold. Rando keeps it near the ceiling. Now he takes it down. Shrink. 2 players here for Sapphire. That's an awkward situation. As Spooky gets us clear out. Bumped by Shadow on the way to the ball. Undead. As Spooky. But Rando watches as he can't recover back in time. Shadow dribbles it with the pinch. Rando will get the save, but does create some issues here for Sapphire. They need to be careful. Shrink towards the net. Gerald doesn't read this one. And drop in front. Shrink will score. He'll tie it up. And you know what? I might be your Diablo Resurrected's best friend right now. Evolved Sapphire can blame me. Game 3 here comes down to the wire. We get game 2 into overtime with this exact same scoreline. Rando lobs in front. No one there. Undead will get the clear. Does this game go to overtime? Do we end in regulation? Diablo Resurrected currently holding offense. Double commit. Spooky hits it to the corner just to waste a little more time. Shrink. Bounced by Gerald. Evolved Sapphire. We'll let it drop here. Game 3 will go to golden goal territory. Rando. Double tap off the corner. Gerald can't get through the reel to Shadow. Spooky doesn't get the second touch. He was going for quite the mechanical play there. Double tap off the side wall. Shrink the other way. Gets the flip reset, but Rando holds the back wall secure for Sapphire. Now a clear. Net is looking vulnerable for Spooky! For Spooky! Top left corner! The Super Sub ends this series in 3 games. The pass outward, and you saw the space was left there for Spooky, and he will use it for Evolved Sapphire. 2 overtimes in a row. And Spooky will end this one. While Evolved Sapphire didn't look their best, they're even being caster cursed in real time. It was still them to play better, to get the sweep, to get the win in the end. Now they're 9-0 in their season. And mind you, this is a series where they had to play without Squashy. Never a good thing whenever one of your starters can't make it unexpectedly, but they got Spooky on time, and they'll win that series. We'll go to a quick interview. We'll end out the night. And we'll be waiting for them here in the interview. But again, a 3-0. A big win. Something that they'll be happy with. Also, prediction poll. Outcome will favor Sapphire. You got about 2/3 of the votes. Oh, I just noticed who saw so many points voting for Euro Diablo Resurrected. Oh no. Oh no. That's rough. That's rough there, Ignition Savage. Put so many points on him. But again, I think we answered the question: do they have a good sub lineup? They do. They 100% do. They played incredibly well. 3-0 straight. As a follow coming, a sub coming in from Spooky. Thank you so much, Spooky, for the substitution. Seriously, means so much. I cannot thank you enough. I cannot thank you enough for getting me that sub. Again, also congratulations on your win, Spooky. You played super well for being a sub, having to come in last minute, and replacement of Squashy. Those are some big shoes to fill. I'm very impressed that you're able to do it. As again, we'll be waiting for the interview. We're gonna get one with Gerald. As he joins the VC, we'll be getting the interview underway. What was the series? 3-0 Evolve Sapphire. They swept. Hello, the Shadow. Yeah, GG's again. Good result for you. Good play for you guys, but ultimately a tough series. I mean, unfortunately, you just you had to meet up against Evolve Sapphire, who are currently destroying everybody. Although saying that, I do want to get that Evolve Sapphire Evolve Amethyst matchup at the end of the regular at the end of this first stage of the playoffs. That'll be hype. That'll be so hype. As here with us now is Gerald, the captain of Evolve Sapphire. Congratulations on your win tonight. Some unexpected bumps before the series, but you guys still got the 3-0 sweep.
Yeah, Squashy Texas, he got caught in traffic, so we had to call in Spooky, and Spooky wasn't responding at first, not gonna lie, but he came through, and he actually carried me and Randall today. He did really fucking well.
Yeah, of course, a big win. So big, in fact, you just broke one of the rules of my interviews, but it's fine.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
You just broke one of
I'm
the
sorry.
rules of my. It's all right, man. Don't worry, that's happened a lot on my interviews, and I have no problem with it.
Okay.
Again, and talk about Spooky here. Let's make him feel even better about himself. He did play extremely well as the sub for your team. We didn't get to see him all that much during the qualifiers or even during the stage, but he had to play this week, and he played exceptionally well. How did you guys fit in with him so quickly, especially with such low notice?
It's all about trust. We all trust each other, even though we do double commit sometimes, but we, at the end of the day, we trust each other to the full max. That's why we're undefeated right now. Good, just trust. Easy as that.
Yeah, that makes sense as well.
Yeah.
Again, 3-0. Your old Diablo Resurrected. I mean, they took you to overtime twice. You got to keep your cool. They played exceptionally well. You want to comment on the fact that they always found an answer for you guys. You guys just were better in those 2 overtimes.
Yeah, the guy in the Dominus was crazy in the air.
The guy in the Dominus, is that Shadow?
He was going crazy in the air.
Oh no, that's
yeah,
not Shadow.
Really
that is probably is that Shadow? Maybe it was Undead.
no,
Is that Shadow? Undead or Shrink?
Shadow. Yeah,
Shadow. I
Shadow.
think Shadow was the one at the Dominus.
He was really fast, so he gave us a little bit of a challenge. But like I said, when it comes down to it, we judge each other. We were able to put the game away twice in overtime.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, shout out to Shadow. He was really fast. He gave us a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I mean, next week they'll be playing Rec GG. That sounds like a fun matchup. Rec GG always has really solid teams, so you guys are it's not gonna be easy for you guys because Rec GG is always good. So, what is your plan against Rec GG next week?
Honestly, you've been casting this. You see how we play. Same thing every week. Just we trust each other, and if we have Squashy, we're gonna sweep. If we don't have Squashy, we're still gonna sweep. So it don't matter what's gonna happen. But we're gonna come out.
Spooky's competing for that spot. You think maybe he's gonna replace Squashy now?
I don't know. Me, Randall, Squashy, you kind of got that automatic connection. It happened uninvolved.
Squashy, be careful.
Spooky did his job today. He did really well. I'm happy for him.
Be careful, Squashy. He's taking over your spot. Now again, congratulations on the win. You guys still have not dropped a single game. That surprised me, especially knowing that you guys had to play your sub. But again, congratulations, and have a great rest of your evening. Because seriously, you guys have been hitting this stream every single week, and it's always the same result. But I never get uninterested. It's always fun to see you guys play.
All right, thank you so much, man. Thanks for casting. Go to caster.
Of course, thank you so much for booking me, and thank you so much for joining. That was Gerald there of Evolve Sapphire. Big win. Also, follow him here from Ace Slush. Thank you so much, Ace Slush. Welcome to Spodia stream. Evolve Sapphire. He'll go 3-0. Once again, it's the story that keeps on repeating, but it's never not fun on the Spodia stream. Again, thank you all so much for showing support, being cool. As we will be ending the stream here. Again, only one matchup. But that will be it for it. Big win there for Evolve Sapphire, 3-0. Again, they are looking to compete with Evolve Amethyst, who are also currently 3-0. And Evolve Obsidian, who are also 3-0. Evolve is just going crazy in the Champions Cup. They just go nuts in the Champions Cup. I cannot understand how they do it, but they always do it. Week in, week out, they always go crazy. As, again, we'll be raiding someone. I think I know a pretty good person to raid here. As they are currently live. I just need to make sure I can confirm what they're doing. As, let's go give them a raid. Oops. There you go. Let's go give him a raid. Everybody, have a great rest of your night. Take care. Again, thank you to Evolve Sapphire for booking me, as always. Evolve Sapphire 130, Cloudy. Evolve Sapphire 130. Again. They're like 9-0 right now in their season. Again, thank you guys so much. Congratulations to Evolve Sapphire for their win. And thank you all so much for joining. You guys truly are the absolute best.